Hello, nakahabol. Hold on. Dali lang, sorry. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Kamusta? Hi. Ah, ready. Okay. Oh shoot. Hold on. Wait. I'm just getting to the no. I just saw the last part. Kuya Angelo Perez Jr. Paano nung nangyari? Hold on. Parking ko lang dito ha. May... Oh no. Let me just double check my sound kung naririnig niyo ko. Audio. Wait, no, it's a different one. Sorry.
Okay, I think the sound should be better. Hello? Hello. Okay. Parking ko lang dito ha. My eldest son and youngest son are both in the hospital. We found out they have COVID, so we're making contingencies with the family. Mom is exposed to because she was there this week with them, feeding them because we're both sick. Hey. Sorry. Sorry, I'm reading this backwards, so I know. Excuse my. Excuse na lang yung shifting of the emotions. Ay. Lagay pa ako ng chopstick, wala namang. Tingnan mo, nagano pa ako ng chopstick, wala na. Tapon ko na lang to. Okay. Pero Kuya Tuf, salamat ulit for coming by. Rich, salamat ulit. Thank you guys for being here. I mean, my goodness, I would be really scared too. Let me put this closer to my mouth. Sorry. Late na naman ito, ano ba yan? I know I would have. I almost considered just starting when I was ready, but then I'm gonna be late anyways. Might as well just kind of give myself some airtime for people to come in. So ready na ako sa Christmas party. Actually reminds me of my Huy, I'm back. Okay. I think I froze for a second. So now she's self-isolating and has a COVID test scheduled for Monday. Available, fingers crossed, super fingers crossed na everything turns out well. Actually, on that note, I remember having a similar feelings, very similar feelings when I found out that my mom's work at some point had over 100 COVID cases, and I was like, to know that she has to show up to work, in that, it's just, what can you do? I mean, she's a frontliner, and I didn't know, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about myself, it was just more so like her, um okay. Okay lang yan. Things will work out. Just definitely raising all of that to the highest vibration. Bigay na natin lahat sa kanya. Let's give all of our worries to him, and yeah. Hey Marissa, she says prayers for your family, Kuya Angelo. Likewise, super likewise. We're all here with you, and And I guess the last thing that I want to say about that is, I mean, the vaccine is, well, we have the first round of the vaccine, and and from what I've been hearing, and I mean, from what I've been hearing, and also seeing that as of now, thankfully, COVID isn't necessarily as much of a death sentence as it was back in March, or even just a couple months back. So, yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Marisa kakatap. Oh, why am I Tagalog? I'm speaking Tagalog to you as if you as if you actually like you understand Tagalog like full on. But I actually just finished getting ready for the party tonight for San Diego Filipino Cinema. I actually just kind of got dressed up to just go straight to the Zoom party after, and oh my goodness! I mean, actually, before we actually get to the topic tonight, it's just interesting how around this time last year there were so many. I'm not sure about you guys, but I went to a lot of Christmas parties last year, and that was also a first for me too because, well, actually anytime before that I didn't really get invited into holiday parties that much, nor really like my friends, they weren't necessarily throwing one, so that's why for a very long time, I wasn't really, besides my own family holiday parties, which we actually, go big, we really go big. Other than that, I wasn't really doing that besides my own. But then last year, I remember, including my family's holiday parties, I think we must have celebrated from Thanksgiving up until New Year's Eve. I think a lot. A lot. Like over 10. Marissa knows this. We attended a lot. I threw a Friendsgiving party. I threw a last minute Christmas party, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, just to think of how everything was gonna shift this year, and even then, I knew that I was definitely, kind of extending my feelers out just a little bit more, doing these parties, going to these parties, But now a year later, I get to look back at them and be like, "Oh, schnlamps! I'm really glad I did that. I'm really glad that." I decided to go out of my comfort zone, take this introverted homebody self out and, live a little because then none of us would have ever expected for the following year, which is now, for things to be the way they are. So I guess what I'm trying to say in that is to really not hold yourself back in whatever you do and whatever you say. Thank you guys for the prayers. I'll be in the background. Okay. Okay lang Kuya Tufo. We'll be here. We are here with you. So yeah, so let's definitely be what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm just gonna speak it in Tagalog. Let's be ano it's funny, I don't even know how to say in Tagalog. Pero let's definitely be together in spirit. Hi Brenda. Hi. Welcome to the channel. I remember you subscribed a while back. Thank you. Um, I think I briefly met you once at the San Diego YouTubers meetup earlier this year. Hello, hello, welcome. Thank you for coming. Um, so tonight's live stream is gonna be a short one, only because I am gonna be going to a Zoom holiday party at 7 o'clock. Um, And initially, even with that, I thought that I was gonna go live stream maybe like at 10 or something. And then last night, Rich mentioned that he was gonna go live stream instead. So I was like, okay, if that's the case, then I'll just really confirm mine's early tonight. But then I think Kuya, what's his name? Si Kuya, not Tooth. Foodie, Foodie. Another person is gonna be hosting tonight, so that's what he said he was just gonna do, and that's okay too because then honestly I don't even know how long the holiday party is gonna last, so I guess that's fine too. Yeah. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, so according to my phone, I just want to shout out three content creators on YouTube who actually just uploaded their new videos tonight at 6 p.m. And we all know how hard it is. I am not hard, but we all know how much effort it is to put out a video, create a video, edit a video, put a video out. So let's definitely celebrate their successes. So the first one out of the three is the Nanay Experience. Her new video tonight is called Instant Pot Chicken Curry Recipe Filipino Style. So the Nanay Experience does. I think when I first subscribed to her, she does a lot of. She was doing vlogs, but I think she's kind of shifted into Filipino food. And then the next one, someone we all very know, we all know very much is Jean Hartman, Hartman. There you go. Jean Hartman just uploaded her latest video called "Putting Up Our Christmas Tree 2020." Christmas decor slash DIY garland slash Pinay life in the USA slash Jean vlogs. Wow, ang habang-haba ng title nite. Okay, and then the last one is also from our very own Trixie of the Philam Film Collective, good friend of mine. And she actually texted me about this earlier without really realizing that she was gonna have it out tonight. And it's a dance short called EBB, which is what we collaborated on earlier this year for the COVID. Um, I'm trying to figure out what the COVID stood for. I think it's like community video or something. Something along those lines. A film festival that we did in New York earlier. That was hosted from New York, but obviously that was done virtually. So she just uploaded her own version of the thing that we did. Wait, that was quick. That was it. Eh, nangyari? Yeah. So Trixie uploaded a dance short called Ebb, a dance short about depression in quarantine. So good job, everyone. Wow, good job. Maka good job lang. Wow, good job. um, actually, I was also supposed to, well, on my schedule, on my Trello, I was supposed to upload a video tonight, but I didn't even get a chance to work on it because I was working on other things that needed to that needed to happen first, more priority, like finally buying my presents for my Christmas family, buying my Christmas presents for my family on Amazon, and then I um, was working even more with my offer slash business plan that Rich was really not just Rich actually, but Rich and also my business coach Kenta, and which I've been working with him since like super early October this year. So super thankful for the both of them for helping me out, motivating me. I actually got a lot done. And what else did I do? And yeah, I mean that you know what? Wala na akong sasabihin sa'yo kasi I am just feeding into your malaking ulo. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Okay, wag na tayo magpatumpik-tumpik. Meaning, from my interpretation of that, is let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. So for those that are watching for the first time, is my sound okay? I have my window open, so please let me know if my sound is good or if I need to fix it just a little bit. Rich, I can pay you in other ways, okay? Okay, dang, I'm losing my train of thought. So, for those that are watching for the first time, this is the day 18 of my 30-day Vlogmas live stream challenge. And for those that don't know what Vlogmas is, it's basically creating a vlog every single, I guess, not every single day, but it's just like anytime during December. And from what I know of it, I actually heard of it from Marissa first, I believe. From what she's told me, typically you do it for a month, like every day, and then I think after that, people started having their own versions, like 24 days, 12 days, 10 days, 5 days. So it's really up to you to choose. So it's really up to you to choose however you want to interpret the vlogmas. So on that note too, I remember I remember talking to a friend of mine, Rob Balasabas, earlier this year. I reached out to him about like how to finally begin the process of slowly but surely, starting to monetize my channel. So he was very kind to not just respond to my message, but to actually set up a uh, a a coaching call. Basically a video. Like we talked through video, and we talked. He went through plans, a plan of actions, and one of the things that he said was, because this was maybe earlier in October too. So some of the things that he suggested included going live more often, because I didn't go live at all. Like for the last 2 years that I've been going live, or for the last 2 years that I've been doing my channel, I've only gone live like a good like 6 to 7 times, let alone now in this month I've reached 18 days of live streaming, and the most that I've done was like 6 hours. 6 hours, so 18 days later I feel a lot better. Uh and in other words, like Kuya Rob really pushed me to do this. And one thing in mind was, or the one thing that I was definitely thinking of was, I don't think my channel needs any more vlogs, because my channel is mainly vlog heavy. Editing is already a thing that I love doing anyway. So I knew that it wasn't going to challenge me. Like doing that format wasn't going to challenge me as much as going live. So hence why I'm doing this. Uy, sounds good, your voice, however. Hey, I am trying my best, okay? And actually, I think the reason too why my voice probably sounds like however, because I'm trying not to be too loud in my room, because there are people outside the house. I don't want to be just like yapping very loud, but I can come closer to the mic. Um yeah, so I don't even know why I went there, but oh, I remember now. So the reason why I brought that up in the first place was because I don't have anything planned. Like, well, I mean that's obvious. Clearly, that's very obvious. But I literally just kind of literally doing this message, showing up to my live. The topic doesn't come until the morning of, and the topics that I end up doing, like tonight, usually is based off on how I feel, how I feel, how I feel, and also like what's usually happening like within the first, like in the morning. So for tonight's video, let's walk through Nostalgia Lane. Cold Nights Talk was really inspired by, actually was inspired by last night, because last night was super cold. So last night was super cold, and even the other night, I found myself soothing, wanting to listen to old commercials, like commercials that was typically playing when I was young. I'm not sure if anybody does it, but I that's something that I like to do to kind of ground myself, especially when I'm feeling overwhelmed. I just like to listen to super super old commercials that would help bring me back in time, where like I don't want to say where times were better. I mean, well, with everything that's happening, yeah, I can definitely say that. But when when I listen to these commercials, I know for a fact that I will feel better, and I do instantly feel better. Like it's very meditative, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That experience is very meditative for me. So I was like, well, let's walk through Nostalgia Lane tonight. you know. Um so my question for all of y'all watching, listening is, what are some of your If not one, what are some of your favorite things? What are some of the favorite things that you all go back to in time to maybe reflect or to look back? Actually, let me write that down. Hold on. What are some of your favorite back memories? So, I guess just to elaborate more on the thing that I'm doing or the thing that I'm talking about is starting 2 nights ago, but specifically last night I was listening to Nick at Night commercial of Full House because um, some of you know that I immigrated here in 2001. So I was like 9 years old when I moved here. And then, you know, while we had a computer, my parents were very, very strict about us just being on the computer the whole time. And also, there was like DSL, like internet wasn't the way that it is now. Oh no, hold on. Oh no. Kuya Toof, sending ano. Whew, my goodness. Kapit Bisig. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Um so whew, this is hard, y'all. This is hard. This is literally giving me a speaking of throwback, this is giving me memories of, when we also found out that my aunt got potentially has COVID and ironically that moment was in my surviving or like surviving the quarantine vlog. That's one of the scenes in there. That's why if you've ever like gotten the chance to see it, a lot of the scenes of me, like in tears, it's really from that. And I know that in the video that it's very cinematic, like it's just music, so I don't even really get a chance to explain it, so that's kind of where that came from. And I'm not sure if it's you who said it last night, but or maybe it was in one of the podcast videos that I was watching this morning. That whoever you subscribe to, whether that is God, Buddha, the universe, to tatagalugin ko na lang, bigay natin sa kanya lahat ang damdamin natin to give it all up to him, to surrender, and I feel like for me that has been one which in translation is to just really surrender all of your pains and worries, to him, to the universe up there, and that actually has been a saving grace for me. While it's hard to practice all the time, I would say that you know it's really kept, like, I guess I'm gonna talk about this just a little bit, just to also kind of be sensitive and also honor what's currently happening. You know, I remember my fam. I mean, it was hard. It was really hard. And I think for me, the coping process was a little. The coping process was a little. It was interesting because my aunt Linda, she is like growing up, she wasn't necessarily someone that I was close to, but I was always, I was always kind to her. I was always, like I've always shown affection towards her. But from the get go, I've known that, like back then. Actually, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna show you a picture. So here she is. Such a beautiful picture. Like I actually, when I look at this, I can't help but also be reminded of how beautiful it is to smile and how freeing it is to smile. So here she is. And then this is actually our first photo together, I believe. Christmas back in 2001. Let me check if my screen is clean. Hold on, it may be dirty. Sorry. So I found this in my photo album. Uh, this is over here, like that. Over here, back in 2001, our very first Christmas here, and as you can tell, we were having a dance number over here. I don't even know what we were dancing to, but I just remember not necessarily being the closest to her growing up. Like she had her other favorites, and I wasn't one of them. But it wasn't until the later half, like the next 10 years, because I've almost been here for a decade, 2 decades, that I was just like, you know what? I don't know. It was super interesting because then, like the first 10 years that I was here, she, like her and I, she was always nice to me for sure, but I also didn't feel the favoritism as much as everyone else was getting, and I was fine with that. I'm that kind of person that's just like always there. And then the second half of that, I think things really started to shift when everyone else started living their own lives. Everyone started doing their own thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm still here. I mean, I've always been there, a bit available when I can to help out, and that was really when things started to shift for my relationship with her. Um, I basically started helping her out more often, because she was getting much older, and because of that, we started getting close. And yeah, I mean, as yeah, we basically got really really close towards like the later half of all of that. She would she went to my well, okay. So not only would she give really really nice gifts, which I super appreciate, but she's always been there. Like she's always, like literally, she was one of the people that was always there, offering physical, emotional, and moral support. You know, she ended up being someone that I would go to, like kind of talk to about like problems. Like she was actually there for my graduation, and actually she was there for my high school and my community college graduation. And for some reason, not the SDSU one, because there were limited tickets and they weren't, like we weren't really gonna do anything after anyway, so we feel like we didn't want to waste her time, so that's why we just celebrated the week before. But I remember during my there's a lot to say, but I mean, I guess this is what I'm just gonna dedicate the episode to. And I mean, it's still in nostalgia lane, in line of nostalgia lane, to give honor in loving my memory on Mamiate. I remember during my graduation in community college, and this is not at all to like, like throw my parents under the bus, but my mom and my sister went to Vegas, and it just happened to be that their trip it just happened to be that their trip was in the same weekend, so they couldn't go. My dad had work, so he couldn't make it. So it was just literally my brother showed up, my youngest sister, and then I remember she was there, and I just remember feeling like, oh man, it sucks, when your parents don't show up. So in that case, I specifically remember her being one of, representing in the parent figure. Like my grandma was there too, and at some point too, when I was like living away for a hot second, I remember struggling, and she and actually this was actually shortly after graduating too from community college. I still remember from this moment how she took me out to lunch. She treated me to food. She treated me out. She knew. Like she knew what I was going through, and this is something I really don't. I mean, yes, if I guess if anybody asked me, I would just like candidly say it, but it's also something that I don't really. It's such a tender moment of my life, but at the same time, I'm super thankful that she's always been there for me, and so I guess so going back to earlier this year when all of this happened. One of the last times that I saw her was, or I mean, I've actually seen her a lot, even when we went to the hospital. But I remember one of my last conversations that I've had with her before everything else happened was back in February. Because during like the last couple of years of her life, I would always take her to Home Depot and help her out with her gardening. You know, and then so we were supposed to go, but then it ended up not happening. So then one day I just ended up going to my sister. I picked up my sister after school one day, and then we decided to visit her and my grandma randomly because it's something that I used to do always, all the time, always do all the time before I started getting busy myself. So we would always just drop by unexpectedly because for the most part they're home. So I just remember like maybe mid February, early February, we visited them, and this was around the time too that ironically I went to the cemetery to kind of for the first time in a while to visit my relatives there, including her husband, Uncle Bill, and I was just kind of talking to him and was like, "Hey, Uncle Bill, please give me the patience that I need to be able to understand my aunt more." Because around that, like within around that time too, it was kind of we were kind of not getting at it, but we were just having like misunderstandings, and in that moment, I was just like, I want her to know um, that I'm there for her, and I also want her to understand that I'm also like I have to, like I'm establishing my boundaries that I'm not always available because I was working too. So, and shortly after that, that moment happened where we visited her at her home, and I just remember giving her, and I just remember giving her a hug because it had been like the first time I've seen her since New Year's Eve, so about 2 months. I just remember giving her the biggest hug, and for some reason, there was something in that kind of made me in the moment I felt something, and in that visit, excuse me, I'm stuttering, and in that visit I was also able to just kind of talk to her, like we were able to talk things out. I was able to tell her what I needed to tell her, and even in that I told her that I'm getting older, like I'm working a job, and even though that's the case, I need you to know that while I may not always be available to help you out, because at that point I was one of the only people left that was always there for her to help her out. I was just like, I just also need you to know that I love you, and that's not gonna change. And and it wasn't like she was like mad at me. She wasn't mad at me. She was just like irritated. I was like, me too. But so in that moment, we hugged it out. We hugged it out. I guess kind of relating it back to then the commercials, the Nick at Night commercials, like Full House, because I remember when that time happened, I was just watching a lot of Full House because that was what they always showed on Nick at Night, along with Who's the Boss, and this was like at 9 p.m. Like when my dad was like, "Go to sleep, you have school tomorrow." I was like, "I know," but I would still stay up and watch Full House, and so going. Okay, so not to keep digressing, but at that moment, like I really had that like cheesy Danny Tanner like hug it out moment. Then as cheesy as it was for the both of us, because my aunt and I are not necessarily that like super like affectionate with each other, like outwardly, even though we're like, we just know. So that moment happened, and it's crazy because I just prayed for it while it was hard, and I was given that moment, And really looking back in retrospect with how everything suddenly, how quick, how quick everything happened. Like while that was hard, while that was very difficult in itself, I will always be grateful for that moment where I, made the effort to just really, say what I need to say, and just to really, you know, because while I have been working through my own, um what's that called? While I have been working on my own guilt, so some senses of guilt in that. That is one of the one things that I look back to, and kind of, oh, they're so loud out there. This is weird doing live stream early, because when I live stream, I usually live stream later. Everybody's asleep already. But anywho, it's all good. Yeah. So I guess just to finish off this thought, I'm that is one of the things that I will always have and be able to look back on and be like, especially even during the times where I feel really guilty, I get to look back at that moment and be like, no, she knows. Like, she knows. I mean, she does know. And she knows even more because I told her. We were able to talk it out. And even up until her last breath, I know she knows that not only I loved her, but she was loved by many, many people. So let me actually pull up. Let me pull up a. I remember. Do you know what's funny too? Or ironic? If I would have known, not that any of us would have ever known, I would have also taken a picture of her or with her. But I only took a picture with my nanay, my grandma, because I mean, I guess for me it only makes sense because my nanay is like, she had just turned 90. So who would have ever thought that it would actually be the other way around? Because for the longest time, my grandma has she's had is it dementia? I think dementia, yes. Like, she's been forgetful, so for me it's like, oh no, I gotta be able to, like it did feel like the focus was more so on my grandma. But so that's why the only memory, like physical memory, I have of that day is through the pictures, the silly pictures that I was taking of her and her dog, my aunt's dog. Actually, it's funny. It's gonna. Cool. I have a lot of pictures. Hey. Oh, look. Speaking of nostalgia, look at this. Wait, hold on. Let me play one more time. My goodness. But Kuya Angelo, if you're still listening, or even maybe watching this in replay or whatever, kaya mo yan. You can do this. Whatever you're feeling, it's very valid. I know it's hard. It's very difficult. No one's. Yeah, it's hard, and it's hard. Where is that? Oh, here, look, I found it. Look, I think there's another one. Look at my grandma. She's hiding. Look at her. So this was oh yeah, this is February 3. Oh. So yeah, so that was February 3, and no, life is short. It's funny. As you can, I mean, as you already know, I mean, I'm always very vocal about how I'm like never prepared for these live streams. But um, speaking of nostalgia, I have some pictures that I wanted to show because we are at 6:46. We're probably gonna end this like right before 7, so we have a couple more minutes left. And for the 4 million people watching, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you lang yung nasasabi ko. Okay, it's kind of dusty, so. Okay, so I actually have a stack of photos over here that I got printed from para Parabolo. Is that what it's called? It's like it's an app. It's an app where oh no. Gene, Gene, tawagan mo si ano, Kuya Angelo. Not sure if you know what's happened yet, but times like 22 to her mom and dad and said mom around the hospital, she's alone at the house. Oh no. Gene, hello. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna look back at the need to be with her, don't want to expose myself. That's good, Kuya Nano, na someone can be there for her, and while it may be hard, while it may be hard to not be able to be there with someone physically, you know, um, at the end of the day, all that matter is not only someone can be there for her, but for that person to know that they are not alone, whether you are there physically or through, or from afar. Okay. Okay, so the first photo that I have is this photo back in 2013, where this was actually my one of my very very first professional dance competitions that I made it into. I was 21 over here, and my good friends Alisa, um, my loving friend Alisa, rest in peace. She's the one. She's the one with the blonde hair, and then my friend Andrea, my friend Justin, Mary Gian, and Gabby. Hmm. Jean, mag-usap muna kayo dyan. Kausapin mo si Kuya Tuf para naman ano rin, may moral support din siya. While I'm here holding the ground for the live stream. So, appreciate it. And then the next photo that I have over here is from 2014. Actually, the holidays 2014. My friend Chance, Mary, and our friend Jeff. We had a fancy dinner in downtown Little Italy. Ooh, super expensive. So, and then this is from 2011, a fashion picture. Downtown Disney 2014. If Nicole was watching, she would be so proud of me in this picture. Let me see. Oh, look. One of my prized possessions, my sister and I, and our friend Margaret, we got to backup dance for GMA, Tres Lolas, and Barbie and Benji. Is it Benji? Yeah, Benji para. So, look, may payat ko. Tignan mo, payat-payat ko dito. Oh my goodness, what happened to me? I'm just kidding now. Yeah. Wow. Do you know what's funny? I in this picture it looks like I don't eat. I don't eat. Talaga ang so payat. Mm. Mm. Okay, this is from 2006. I was in 8th grade. I remember this is one of my first MySpace pictures. So yeah. And then first time hiking. Wow, fierce. This is funny. I remember my friends at the time were asking me, "Why are you dressed like that going hiking?" And I was like, "I've never gone hiking before, and I actually did not even search how to dress up for hiking." but at least I got it down with the boots. Look, I got the boots. I got the shoes right. So, mm. And then this was actually like a couple months later when I came back to the same hike. I think this was my birthday. This was my actual birthday. Tingnan mo, this is called the potato chip, if anybody's heard of it. Yeah, talagang nakakatakot. Look, nakakatakot. Because if I fall down, I fall down. See, there you go. Liit. Yeah, I believe this is my 21st birthday. Oh, 21st ang tagal na. Another fashion picture. Model-model lang kapag may time. Pak na ora. Pak. Okay lang, Kuya Toof. Okay lang. And I mean, and I guess too, that's why I'm kind of bringing it back to moral support. I remember too, like around this time, kung nandyan pa si Rich, I'm just gonna say it out loud. I'm not sure if I've told him, or actually, I don't think I got the chance to thank him. Pero, like, but him, live streaming, like doing his live streams, like earlier this year, was really, really one of the things that helped me cope. Really helped cope with, what was happening with us at the time. So, salamat. Narinig mo na. You heard it here on my channel tonight. And then this was me, Halloween 2014. I was a nun. And the picture was the picture was actually posted like this, like upside down, like creatively, but then this is what it looks like when I took it. And super long story short, this was when my friends and I went to the Harris Casino when they had the haunted Harris back in 2014, and they had like some well known like DJs. I remember that thing was expensive too. And I was dressed as a nun, and actually a guy came up to me and started dancing with me, and I was like, I'm not a woman, Well, talagang nagpaano pa, nagpa-feeling pa. Tapos, this is 2010 actually. This is 2010 at Starbucks when they used to let people sit inside. This was around the time when I was this was around the time when my original YouTube channel was up, and we were just being silly basically, and we wanted to be like, can you what's the word I'm looking for? Can you withstand can you stand out even having all of these like stuff on you, like, and what I mean by that is, can your face still push through? And I think from what the final photo looks like, it looks like I pushed through. Because even with even with the glasses on my face, my eyes, the sides, the McDonald's pie on my side. Look at this. Look, see? Here's my wallet, ang kapal. Tapos, this BlackBerry. It's a BlackBerry phone with a hat, and then another. Ang dami, but in the end, I was able to still push through, and that's actually one of my favorite pictures, from one of my best friends, actually, Genesis Gregorio, who doesn't really take pictures, like professional pictures like that anymore, and that's why every time I see him, in which I'm actually gonna get to see him tomorrow for his birthday, my good friend Ariane and I are gonna drive up to Orange County to like have a picnic with him tomorrow to celebrate. And yeah, okay, 2008. Wow, 2008. I was 16. I was a late bloomer, so 16. My freshman year, I was freshman year dance final project, and obviously you can tell that was when my love for the Korean culture started, and hence with this tattoo. And then look at this. I believe this was also in 2014 when, wow, ang daming pera. Look, this is when I forget why we had a gathering, but I remember I was fundraising money to study dance in Italy, which actually ended up not working through. I think because I realized that the organization in itself was incredible enough, so I didn't want to, waste the money that I had. going there and potentially be put in danger. So then I just went to a local dance intensive instead in Fullerton, which was actually still very good. So okay, let's see. Then the next one is a lot of these pictures are from 2014. um, my cousins, we went to Disneyland. I think that was one of the last times that I went to. Wow. Yeah. And then this was in 2015 when I went to Santa Monica. Actually, around this time, my Instagram feed always looked like this. Like a lot of my pictures had the what's that called, the art, like the stickers. There you go. I forget what app I was using, but I've always thought they were cute. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fill up all of the negative spaces with these cute little things over here. So and then patapos na. We're almost done. So this was actually in 2011 with my very first iPhone 4, right? Um, this was me at my one of my first jobs, like full like long term jobs at the mall, Charming Charlie, which is a like jewelry place. Not expensive, but kind of like it was almost like a fast food jewelry place, if that makes sense. Like everything was color coordinated, and I worked there for a couple of years. And we're gonna fast forward to 2016. Wow. 2016 when I bleached my hair, shaved sides, but as you can tell the picture over here, it's kind of grown out just a little bit. But I had my, oh, there you go. Lapit pa natin ng konti. Wow. Po, ang pogi ko dito. Talagang in fairness, ang pogi ko dito sa picture na to. Tingnan mo, parang, ano, parang talagang magkaiba yung mukha, parang magkaiba yung tao dito. And then here, oh, okay. So this picture, the stuff that I'm holding to in the laptop next to us, this was actually one of our brainstorming sessions that I had with this person that I used to be really close with. For Hey Man, when we were writing the script, this was one of our late night sessions at Denny's back in 2015. Yeah, so this was back in 2015 when I was very, very eager to put out my first short film. And speaking of short films, I don't know why I didn't mention it, pero um, tonight, so tonight, or not tonight, but today, this weekend, is when Uhaw is being televised in certain cable providers up in LA. In Sacramento. Jean, di ba nasa Sacramento ka? Meron ka bang Spectrum? Jean, kung meron kang Spectrum, picturean mo naman yung short film ko on your TV. Pero that actually is premiering. It premiered this morning, and it's gonna be replayed again on Sunday. So tonight and Sunday. So I just thought it was very, very, very powerful, but also very ironic na in that picture 5 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing now, but I did it anyways. Made my first short film. People, thought it was cringy. I don't care what they say because I love it. It's my baby. And then 5 years later, who would have ever thought that, obviously not for the same short film, but I would eventually win an award and also have that same short film be on TV. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then patapos na kasi it's also 7, so I'm gonna hop on to my Christmas party in a second. Pero this was one of my favorite photo shoots. This was one of my first professional photos done in 2016. This was a dance photo shoot, and I think the session is called Movement Within because it's a dance. It's like a dance. It's a dance photo shoot, but the way that my friend kind of went through it and curated it, really, she had me go through like different like emotions and different expressions. Hence why I got a photo like this. So yeah. So that was a while back. And the last two pictures are, thank you 5 million people, nanonood pa kayo, salamat. Here. So this one is from 2012. Oh wait, no, just kidding. This one is from 2012 when my hair was super fiery red, like my headband over here. And actually, here is a friend that I was referring to that we're going to see tomorrow. So here's my friend Genesis over here. And oh, sorry, here's Genesis. And then here's my friend Ariane, the one that I'm driving with tomorrow. And that's me. Well, that's me. And this was shortly after high school graduation in 2011. So, wow, fierce. Fierce, wow, man on the moon. Wow. So, Kuya Angelo, kapit busy ka lang dyan. Oh my goodness, my Tagalog was so off. Kuya Tufan, kapit bisig ka lang dyan. I know that I know how hard it is. I not only empathize with you, I'm with you. Pero we also have to stay strong for our loved ones. Kasi during times like these, tayo lang yung mga makakapitan nila. So, wait, actually, before I go, I feel like I don't want to end it on a sad note. I'm gonna read a quote from one of my favorite books. If you've been watching or you saw it last night, you know that I skimmed through this and started reading chapters. So, okay. Okay. Oh, that's funny. So here's where I stopped, ironically, with where the thing is. So we're gonna end. Okay, so we're gonna end with these two sets of quotes from Morgan Harper's "All Along You Were Blooming." Pati yung aso ko nagpapapasok. Hold on. Hi, Momo. Pasok na. Hi, Momo. Yung aso ko kumatok. Okay. Let rhythm get into your bones as if this is the last time on earth. You are going to hear this song. Or, actually, hold on, sorry. Let me start one more time. One more time. Let rhythm get into your bones as if this is the last time on earth. You are going to hear this song. Or, go and sit against the wall. And be a wallflower if you want to for tonight. Might not be the end. But then again, what if it is? You were made for this moment. Get back into your skin, dance, and cherish everything as if you might never have the chance again. And then the next set of quote is come and be free. Go running into the clefts of the canyon where the water pours. Come afraid and come forth as you are, letting this rushing water remind you of the life rushing through your heart, life flowing through your body, showing you what it needs showing you what it needs is to know that being small in the canyon does not mean you're too small to be. For out here in the wild, you are agile, walking through your own uncertainty, and that, dear friend, takes bravery. So on that note, Kuya Toof, Jean Hartman, sorry, Hartman, Rich, Marissa, I'm sure she's already on the Zoom party, and then Brenda, and people that are watching in the replay. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm really thankful. I will actually never get tired of saying thank you, and especially in how much I appreciate you all being here. And yeah. Okay. Maraming salamat ulit. Thank you for watching my video. Tomorrow, I should be home by then. So I think 8 p.m. tomorrow. 8 p.m. tomorrow for the next episode. So I'll see you then, Kuya Toof. If you need anyone to talk to, you have my contact. So okay. I love you all. Bye. Have a good night.